Hello, my dear listeners, and everybody who cooks with me. A very warm welcome to you in my kitchen today. I'm going to make Mutton Nihari for you people. Mutton Nihari is a special Pakistani dish, and it's made with mutton, it's made with chicken as well, and with beef as well. So you can make it with any meat that you want to use, but today I will be using mutton for making it. And all my YouTube family will be making it and enjoying it too. All those who are not our family members yet, please click the subscribe button and become our family members and enjoy newer and tastier recipes every day, because now I'm going to upload recipes in succession. So you can just subscribe to my channel, and if you don't want notifications, don't click the bell icon. If you want notifications, click the bell icon and you will get to know about every recipe that's uploaded as the first recipient. Let's see the mutton nihari that we are going to cook today. I'm not going to use any market spices for it that are available in the market. Different spices in packs are available for making mutton nihari and chicken nihari and beef nihari, etc. But I am going to use home spices in it. I'm going to tell you how to cook yummy, delicious mutton nihari with home spices. Let's see how we make it. Let's first discuss the ingredients that we are going to use for making this mutton nihari. Here in front of you, you can see the image of browned mutton or fried mutton that I used in my mutton nihari. Actually, what I have done is I've taken mutton with bones in it, not boneless mutton, but with bones, meat with bones in it, and I have made some mutton stock. You can see the mutton stock in the image in front of you in that glass container, and with it you can see as a big image I have fried that mutton. Then I've browned it in oil, deep fried it and taken it out of the oil, okay, and I've put it here. And you can do it for the basic preparation of making mutton nihari. Your mutton or your meat, if you're using beef also, it should be really tenderized, for nihari. And you can cook it in the pressure cooker, you can cook it otherwise, it depends upon your choice. Like no restrictions with it, you can cook it any way you want. Just tenderize it properly and keep the stock separately and brown the meat. That's the basic preparation that you will need to do, that I've already done, as you can see in the picture. Okay, so it's there, the mutton is there, the mutton stock is there. Then I have some fresh coriander, I've washed it and it's looking dark greenish here, and I have some green chilies with me. Besides that, I have some onion, and I have a little yogurt in a small bowl, and I have some garlic. Okay, and here you can also see simple wheat flour, 6 tablespoons of simple wheat flour. Okay, 6 tablespoons of simple wheat flour, and some onions, a little yogurt, and half a cup, you can say, yogurt, and some garlic, mutton stock, mutton that's browned with bones in it. You can use, if you want to use boneless, you can use it, but mutton with bones is essential. Make the stock out of that mutton with bones, and you can use some boneless mutton as well. You can incorporate that as well into it later if you want to. That should also be browned, cooked, tenderized and browned. Okay, so these are all the ingredients that we are going to use. So I'm going to go for home spices, as I told you, not going to use any market spices. I will tell you which spices we are going to use in this mutton nihari, or any meat nihari that you want to make. It can be chicken nihari or beef nihari as well. I'm using mutton here. You can use any meat that you like. It just has to be tenderized. That's it. Nothing different in it. The recipe will remain the same. So the spices that we are going to use are here in front of you. Starting from the left side of this image, you will see there is a black cardamom that I have used here. Then we have salt. You're going to use salt according to your taste, but for me it will be 1.5 teaspoon of salt. Then we have 2 star anise there. They will be of course ground with all the spices. Then we have some fenugreek seeds. It can be 3/4 of a teaspoon of fenugreek seeds. Then we have half a teaspoon of black seeds. Then after that we have nutmeg powder. Again less than half a teaspoon of nutmeg powder. Then mace powder, again less than half a teaspoon of mace powder. Then cinnamon sticks. You can see the cinnamon sticks that I have here with me. Half a teaspoon of turmeric powder, and 3/4 a teaspoon of black cumin seeds. Besides that, we have fennel seeds here, almost 1 teaspoon of fennel seeds. Then we have red chilies. Almost 1.5 to 2 teaspoons of red chili powder, but of course you're going to use it according to your taste, and it will be totally according to your taste. You can maximize or minimize the amount as you want. Yes, with turmeric powder, I forgot here, we also have carom seeds here. With turmeric powder we have carom seeds, and carom seeds, how much? Say half a teaspoon of carom seeds. Okay. Then with red chilies, here we have black cumin seeds. Almost 3/4 to 1 teaspoon of black cumin seeds. And then we have 1/4 of a teaspoon of green cinnamon powder. If you have green cinnamon, otherwise you can grind it with the rest of the spices. Okay, I already had ground it and I have this powder with me, so I have used this powder. 1/4 of a teaspoon of green cinnamon powder. Then I have mustard seeds here. Again, 1/4 of a teaspoon of mustard seeds. Mustard seeds give a very sharp taste. So, and of course it's a bit sour as well, so it depends upon you how much of the taste will you like. You can use as much as you want. These are 15 spices. There's a 16th one as well that I have not put in here, but I will mention to you. That is black pepper. Okay, and half a teaspoon of black pepper powder will go in. If you want to grind it with the rest of the spices, you have it otherwise with you, that's okay. Use almost 1 teaspoon of black pepper to grind. But if it's in powder form, then use half a teaspoon or a little more of black pepper powder that we will be using in this nihari. So these are all the spices. So here I have shown you, I've got my mutton with me and I have got oil in a wok, and I'm going to put that mutton with bones in the oil for frying, for browning. Okay, so that we can have it for our nihari, ready for our nihari at the end. So you can see my mutton being browned here, and it's such a nice color it's giving. And you can see the oil, it's so hot because I don't want to tenderize or need to tenderize my mutton further. It's already very soft and succulent because I have made mutton stock out of it, and the stock I have kept separate, and I've browned the mutton here, as you can see. So the mutton is ready, brown now. I have taken it out in the plate, as you can see. I've kept it separately. So while the mutton is being browned, what you can do is you can take a frying pan and you can just put the wheat flour, 6 tablespoons of wheat flour in the frying pan, and on low heat you are going to brown it. Just brown. Of course, you're going to keep tossing and turning it, because you're going to keep the spoon moving in it, because otherwise it will get burned on one side. So you can see I'm doing that. 6 tablespoons of simple wheat flour have gone into the frying pan, and they are on the it is on the stove now. So you're going to keep moving the spoon, and you can see in the image my flour is now browned. It has become brown in color, and I have now shifted it to a plate. I have browned mutton and browned wheat flour ready with me now. After these two things are ready, now in the same frying pan I have put in some oil, and you can put in almost 1 cup of oil, and then you're going to add onions, green chilies. I have cut the green chilies, as you can see, and onions you're going to cut like these in longitudinal fashion. Okay, you're going to slice them like that. Very thin slices, longitudinal slices. And you're going to use ground garlic. I have ground it. As you can see, it's there in the pan. You're going to put all 3 things in the pan, and then let's see. So you see now the onions, all the spices that we have put in, the garlic and the green chilies, they are browned. Don't brown them too much. It's fine. This color is fine. That's given to the onions. Okay, and it's ready for the next procedure. In the meanwhile, when the onions and everything was being browned, what we are going to do is we are going to put in all those spices that we mentioned, that we have taken. We are going to put them in the grinder. Okay, and because they're all going together, all of them are going to go in to the grinder, the dry mill that you have with you at home, or if you don't have that, you can use that hand crusher also to crush them. Okay, anyway, the choice is yours. So you see, I have put in all the spices into my grinder, my dry mill, and they are going to be ground and come into a powder form for my mutton nihari. So here on the left, in the left image, you can see my spices are ready, powdered now. Okay, and in the right image, what you can see here, I have taken my blender jug and I have added that browned onion and with oil and green chilies and garlic. It's all browned. I have put in that into my blender jug. Okay, while it was being browned, I made my spices powder, and after that it's brown now. I have put it in to my blender jug, and to that blender jug I also have added a little mutton stock that I already have ready with me, as I told you. So I have added a little mutton stock to that blender jug, onions, oil, garlic and green chilies, all these things browned. A little stock also, mutton stock also goes in so that I can blend it, So after, you can see in the blender jug, I have blended those spices that I had put into them, into the blender jug with the mutton stock, and it's now a liquid in liquid form with me, and that liquid I have poured into the cooking pot that I will be using for cooking nihari now. You can use any cooking pot. You're going to pour that liquid into your cooking pot. So after that liquid is poured into the mixture, is poured into the cooking pot, the rest of the mutton stock, all of it, goes into the cooking pot. You're going to put that also into the cooking pot, and you're going to put it on the stove on medium heat. Okay, so what you're going to do is, now you've put it on the stove, you're going to add all the spices, the ground nihari spice that we just ground, that we made into a powder form. You're going to add it to that mutton stock and onion and garlic and green chili mixture that you just got ready in the blender. You're going to add that to the cooking pot, and after that you're going to add in the half cup of yogurt that you had with you. You're going to add that also into this mixture now, as you can see in the images I have done, and you're going to mix it with a spoon. Okay, so it's going to get this nice rustic orangish color. Looking really nice, isn't it? And it's going to cook now. So what I've done here is, now I've taken the wheat flour that I had browned, the browned wheat flour, and I've put it into a bowl. It's the same bowl that I used for my mutton stock, but it's empty now because I've put the mutton stock in my cooking pot, and now I have put the browned wheat flour into that pot. I have done that, and I have added a little water to it and mixed it with the help of a spoon, and you can see I've added a little more water to it, and it's become a dark brownish kind of mixture. Okay, and it's thick, it's very thick, it's not going to be very thin. So you can see the viscosity as I have moved the spoon in the bowl, and I have mixed it. I have made it into a paste kind of thing. A browned wheat flour paste is ready with me. Okay, we are going to add it then to the nihari. So you can see now the nihari that I had put into the cooking pot to cook, it's boiling hot now, and the browned wheat flour paste that I had made, it's with me, and I will be adding that to this gravy now, and adding it slowly. You can see I have taken a spoonful of it, and I will put it into the gravy, and I'll mix it, okay, so that lumps do not form. And of course I have browned the flour, the wheat flour. Some people sometimes also use unbrowned wheat flour, or even they used white flour sometimes, but that causes tummy ache to some people. That's why I don't use it that way. I always brown my flour and I use wheat flour, okay, common all-purpose wheat flour. That's why. So yes, coming back to the point, I'm going to put it in, add it in spoonful after spoonful, and I'm going to keep mixing it, okay, so that lumps are not formed. So you can see here, spoonful after spoonful, I've added the browned wheat flour to the mixture nihari that we are making, and I kept mixing it well, and you can see it's so hot, it's steaming hot, and while it's steaming hot, while it's boiling, I have added that browned wheat flour paste to it, and I kept mixing it while doing it so that lumps are not formed. And here you can see now it's a nice color again, and it's boiling now. It's coming to a boil, and that is this gravy actually we call nihari. This is the real nihari. Then the meat goes into it. It can be mutton, it can be chicken, it can be beef, any meat that you like. So the nihari my nihari seemed very, very thick to me. So I've added a little more mutton stock to it to make it thinner. Okay, so it depends upon your choice, what viscosity of nihari you want, or if you think your nihari is good enough, it's not very thick, it's not very thin, it's good enough, you can let it be. But I thought my nihari is very thick, so I added a bit more of mutton stock to it. At this stage now I added green coriander. It's washed, it's clean, it's cut, and I added the green coriander to my nihari. And at this stage you're going to add your browned meat to the nihari. It can be mutton, it can be chicken, it can be beef, any meat that you are using to make your nihari. I'm using mutton, so I'm going to add my mutton to my nihari now at this stage, and I'm going to let it cook for some time. And you see now, after a few minutes of cooking, My mutton nihari is ready. It's looking so yummy, delicious, and it's ready to be dished out and served now. So I have dished out my nihari, and you know what I have done? I have browned a little onion and I have showered them onto the top of the nihari. You can add in more oil if you want to. If you do not, it's totally up to you. And I have sprinkled a few coriander leaves, fresh green coriander leaves on top, and I've cut some ginger into slices. You can see I have of course put them on top of the nihari, and you can see a platter that I have served with the nihari, and that platter has 4 things in it. One is lemon. I have cut the lemon, de-seeded it, and I have put those lemon slices in it. I have of course chopped the green chilies, thinly chopped them, and these are green chilies. And then I have ginger. I have cut it in this shape, julienne cutting, and that ginger is also there with you. And I have cut green coriander and washed it, and that is also there with you. So nihari is served with these things. Normally anybody who wants to add them into their nihari can do so. And of course you serve nihari with naan, you serve it with parathas, and it tastes really yummy, delicious. You can serve it in sehri, you can serve it in iftari, you can serve it otherwise at lunchtime or dinner time or even breakfast time. So it totally depends upon you how you want to serve it, where you want to serve it, and to whom you want to serve it. And you can serve it at home, you can serve it to your guests, and you can serve it at your hotel as well. For the hotel people, I must tell you what they do is they keep the nihari, as I told you, becomes ready, that gravy that is called nihari. They keep it separate, and they keep the brown meat separate, and when somebody orders them, they put some nihari into the plate and they put some meat onto it and they serve it that way. So it totally depends upon you how you want to use this recipe, and do make it and do tell me how you liked it. Do comment, and of course do pray for me too, and remember me in your prayers, and enjoy your nihari. Subscribe to my channel, like, share and subscribe to the channel, become a part of my YouTube family, and together we will make many nice recipes and together we will enjoy them. So be very quick in subscribing, and besides that, enjoy your nihari and do comment, serve it to your loved ones, and of course take their blessings as well, gather their blessings for you. Okay, take care of your dear ones.